How to change your destiny? This is a profound and ancient question. To change destiny, one can understand it from several dimensions: philosophical, psychological, practical, and even spiritual. Below are some perspectives to help you grasp this idea in a more practical way. 1. Starting from the mindset. Changing your attitude toward destiny. Destiny is not purely an external force, it also includes how you perceive and interpret your own life. 1. Become aware of your beliefs. If you believe everything is predetermined, you will lose the power to act. If you believe I can create opportunities, both your thoughts and actions will change. 2. Rewrite your inner script. Everyone carries an inner story, the narrative you tell yourself about your life. Try to rewrite it, for example, from I'm always being played by fate to I'm learning how to navigate challenges. From I'm just unlucky to I'm developing the strength to seize opportunities. 2. From the level of action. Practical ways to change your fate. The ancients said, destiny is given by heaven, but fortune is created by oneself. The second half of that saying holds the real key. 1. Set a clear direction. Be specific about the version of life you want to create. 2. Adopt a micro-action strategy. Do at least one small thing every day that brings you closer to that version. Destiny doesn't shift all at once, it changes through countless small decisions accumulated over time. 3. Cultivate reproducible strength. Skills, relationships, health, and mental flexibility, these are the real capital that allow you to reshape your destiny. 3. From the philosophical and metaphysical perspective, understanding and then transcending systems like astrology, the I Ching, or the 4 pillars of destiny reveal your inborn tendencies and timing patterns. But what truly determines your life is how you use this information. If your chart suggests you face setbacks, learn resilience. If it shows you have supportive people, master the art of connecting and collaborating. Destiny readings can serve as a navigation map, but you are still the driver. 4. From the spiritual and karmic dimensions, some believe that destiny is the curriculum of the soul's growth. When you stop running away and begin to understand what each experience is trying to teach you, your fate begins to loosen. You move from being a passive receiver to an active creator of destiny. Summary: the 3 steps to changing your destiny. 1. Change your mindset, refuse to be a prisoner of fate. 2. Take consistent action, build strength and accumulate wise choices. 3. Seek meaning, extract wisdom from every experience.
Changing destiny. Changing destiny may sound like defying the will of heaven, yet in truth, many traditions, from philosophy and religion to psychology and behavioral science, all offer ways to transform destiny rather than resist it. We can understand this process on 3 levels: mindset, action, and inner cultivation. 1. Shifting the mindset. From fatalism to causality, many people believe destiny is fixed, but fate and fortune are not the same. Fate is like the hand of cards you are dealt at birth: your background, talents, appearance, and family. Fortune is how you play those cards: your choices, attitude, effort, and wisdom. You may not be able to change your fate, but you can change your fortune. As Confucius said, understand heaven's mandate without resentment. To know what cannot be altered, yet still do one's utmost, that is the true spirit of transforming destiny. 2. Changing through action. From passive waiting to active creation, the greatest enemy of destiny is inaction. Here are some practical ways to reshape the course of your life. 1. Change your habits, and you change your destiny. Daily choices and routines accumulate into vast differences over time. Rising early, reading, learning continually, treating others kindly, each is a new seed you plant in your destiny. 2. Choose your environment. Much of your life's direction depends on the people and settings around you. The saying, "He who stays near vermilion turns red, he who stays near ink turns black," speaks not only of morality, but also of energy and opportunity. 3. Dare to try and to change. Only when you step beyond your comfort zone can a new chapter of your destiny begin. Destiny fears nothing more than stagnation. 3. Cultivating the mind. From complaint to awakening, both psychology and Buddhism point out that your inner state shapes how the outer world responds to you. 1. Your mindset determines your energy field. Focus on scarcity, and you attract more lack. Focus on gratitude, and you attract more ease. This is not mysticism, but the effect of psychological projection and behavioral feedback. 2. Acceptance is not surrender. True transformation begins when you accept reality as it is, then seek the opportunities hidden within it. As Taoism teaches, follow the natural flow and transformation will come of itself. 3. Cultivate virtue and purify the heart. Do good deeds, help others, and act without self-deception. In Buddhism, this is called changing karma. In Confucianism, it is accumulating virtue. In modern psychology, it is known as the cycle of positive energy. In summary, 3 steps to changing destiny. 1. Change your mindset. Fate is the foundation, but fortune can be changed. 2. Change your actions, refine your habits, and create opportunities. 3. Change your inner state. Stop resenting, start transforming, and turn adversity into blessing.
How Confucianism, Buddhism, and Taoism interpret destiny, and how they teach us to transform it. This is a profound question. To understand how to change one's destiny, we must first grasp how the 3 great traditions, Confucianism, Buddhism, and Taoism, each interpret fate and fortune. Though they all speak of destiny, they rest upon 3 distinct worldviews: ethical humanism, spiritual awakening, and harmonizing with nature. Below is a clear comparison and deeper explanation of each tradition's view. 1. Confucianism. Do your utmost, then accept heaven's will. Key idea: establish virtue to fulfill destiny. View of destiny: Confucianism acknowledges that there is a heavenly mandate, yet it emphasizes human responsibility and effort. Confucius said, "One who does not understand destiny cannot be a gentleman." He also said, "The gentleman seeks it within himself, the petty man seeks it in others." This means that while destiny may have a heaven-given aspect, the noble person must still do everything within the human sphere, to exhaust what can be done. How to transform destiny: Confucianism advocates changing destiny through moral cultivation. 1. Set purpose and cultivate virtue. Elevating one's moral character transforms one's fortune and relationships. A family that accumulates good deeds will have lasting blessings. 2. Practice benevolence, righteousness, propriety, and wisdom. Correct one's conduct and purify one's intentions so that destiny naturally aligns. 3. Do one's best and then find peace in heaven's will. Strive fully where effort is possible, and accept calmly what cannot be changed. The key to changing destiny lies in doing good and keeping a sincere heart, not defying heaven, but harmonizing with it. Summary: Confucianism neither escapes nor resents destiny. It teaches that by cultivating virtue, setting noble aims, and fulfilling one's duties, one can live out heaven's mandate with dignity. 2. Buddhism. Karma across 3 lifetimes. Key idea: the mind transforms destiny. View of destiny: Buddhism sees destiny not as something ruled by external forces but as the result of karma, the law of cause and effect. Karma refers to deeds of body, speech, and mind. Destiny is the accumulated outcome of those actions. Your present circumstances are the fruit of past actions. Your future destiny depends on the thoughts and deeds you cultivate now. How to transform destiny: the Buddhist path to changing destiny is to transform karma through awareness and right conduct. 1. Transform the mind. All things are created by the mind. When the mind is pure, destiny naturally changes. 2. Do good and accumulate merit. Practice generosity, morality, patience, diligence, meditation, and wisdom, the 6 perfections that purify karma. 3. Awaken and let go. Be free from attachment, resentment, and impatience. Through awareness, transcend destiny itself. If you wish to know the causes of your past life, look at what you are experiencing now. If you wish to know your future results, look at what you are doing now. Summary: Buddhism teaches not to flee from destiny or forcefully oppose it, but to realize that changing the mind is changing destiny. Destiny is merely the shadow cast by one's heart. 3. Taoism. Follow heaven and understand destiny. Key idea: soften fate by aligning with the natural way. View of destiny: Taoism teaches that the Tao gives birth to all things, and that heaven and earth follow their natural order. Destiny is the innate essence and life energy one is born with. Fortune is the shifting pattern of timing and circumstance. Laozi said, "Mun follows earth, earth follows heaven, heaven follows the Tao, and the Tao follows what is natural." Destiny belongs to the realm of nature. It cannot be forced. The wise learn to know when to stop, nourish their vitality, and move with the flow. How to transform destiny for Taoists: changing destiny does not mean resisting heaven but nurturing life and following the natural flow. 1. Nourish life and cultivate energy. Regulate breath and spirit so that one's vital energy flows smoothly. When qi flows, destiny harmonizes. 2. Act in accordance with circumstance. Observe timing, momentum, and environment. Do not go against the Tao or act in haste. 3. Practice stillness and non-attachment. Let go of striving and return to simplicity. When the heart is clear, destiny transforms by itself. Through non-action, nothing remains undone. This is the highest wisdom for transforming destiny. Summary: Taoism does not seek to change destiny, but to dance with it, yielding yet adaptable, finding transformation within harmony. 4. The Threefold Symphony of Transforming Destiny. 1. Confucianism, outer action. Cultivate virtue and purpose. Change behavior and responsibility to create opportunity and good fortune. 2. Buddhism, inner mind. Transform thoughts and emotions. Purify karma and elevate inner energy. 3. Taoism, harmonizing with flow. Cultivate vitality and follow the natural way. Align with time, nature, and life's rhythms for enduring harmony. Ultimately, the three paths can be united in one guiding principle: refine virtue. Confucianism. Transform the mind. Buddhism. And align with the Tao. Taoism. Only when these three become one can destiny truly be transformed.
The Chinese saying, fate comes first, luck second, feng shui third, virtue fourth, and learning fifth. A threefold interpretation through Confucianism, Buddhism, and Taoism. This famous proverb, one's fate first, fortune second, feng shui third, virtue fourth, and learning fifth, is a classical summary of the key factors behind human success and failure. It reflects the wisdom of traditional Chinese culture, and when examined through the lenses of Confucianism, Buddhism, and Taoism, it reveals a remarkably complete philosophy of life. 1. Fate. The Taoist view of heaven's mandate. Taoism emphasizes that the Tao follows the laws of nature. Every being in the universe has its own destiny. Fate is the unfolding of natural law, something one cannot entirely resist. Laozi wrote, "Man follows the earth follows heaven follows the Tao, and the Tao follows what is natural." Here, fate represents the natural order of existence and one's innate conditions. The Taoist wisdom lies in knowing fate, understanding the rhythm and limits of one's own life. Do not force, do not resent heaven, but live in harmony with circumstances, yielding yet flexible. Interpretation. Fate is the starting point that the universe grants us. The Taoist way is to move with it, not against it, to flow rather than to fight. 2. Fortune. The Buddhist view of cause and effect. Buddhism does not teach fatalism, but the law of karma, cause and effect through time. A person's fortune is the maturation of past causes and conditions. Good causes yield good results, bad causes bring suffering. Good luck or bad luck are simply karmic outcomes ripening at different times. The Buddha taught, change your thoughts, and your destiny changes. Interpretation. Fortune is not random. It is the result of one's past intentions and actions. By cultivating virtue, right conduct, and a pure heart, one naturally transforms one's fortune. 3. Feng Shui, the harmony of heaven, earth, and humanity. Taoism teaches the unity of heaven and humanity, and Feng Shui is precisely the practice of that harmony, the attunement between human life and the energies of nature. It concerns balance, yin and yang, direction and flow. Confucianism also values harmony, expressed through the doctrine of the mean, which advocates balance in conduct and relationships. Thus, good feng shui is not only about geography or architecture, but also about moral and interpersonal harmony, the energy that flows among people and places. Interpretation. Feng shui represents the harmony between person and environment. Outer balance reflects inner balance. 4. Accumulating virtue. Confucian Round, Buddhist compassion, Taoist kindness. This element is a point of unity among all three traditions. Confucianism emphasizes benevolence, cultivating moral character through self-discipline and service. Cultivate the self, regulate the family, govern the state, and bring peace to the world. Buddhism teaches compassion and the four immeasurables: loving-kindness, compassion, joy, and equanimity. Taoism teaches the highest goodness is like water, which benefits all things and contends with none. Interpretation. Accumulating virtue is the foundation of self-cultivation and spiritual practice, the most powerful way to transform destiny. 5. Learning. Confucian self-cultivation and wisdom. Confucianism regards study and self-cultivation as the path to wisdom and virtue. Confucius said, "To learn without thinking is blindness, to think without learning is peril." Reading and study are not merely for gaining status or wealth, but for understanding moral principle and the way of humanity. Through learning, one perceives heaven's order and human duty. Knowledge and reflection empower us to transcend the limits of fate and fortune. Interpretation, learning is the gateway to wisdom and enlightenment, the means by which one moves from being ruled by destiny to guiding it consciously. Conclusion: this proverb embodies the combined wisdom of the three teachings. Understand fate without resentment, transform fortune through virtue, live in harmony with your environment, cultivate goodness to expand blessings, and study to awaken wisdom. Its ultimate goal is not merely to seek wealth or luck, but to attain inner and outer harmony, clarity of mind, integrity of action, and peace within the flow of life.
Can humans truly change their destiny? This question has been pondered by humanity for millennia. From the perspective of Confucianism, Buddhism, and Taoism, the answer is neither a simple yes nor no, but rather this: fate sets the framework, fortune is shaped by human effort. Destiny defines the beginning, the mind determines the end. 1. Taoism, know fate, flow with it, and transform through harmony. Taoism teaches the Tao follows what is natural. All beings have their own destiny, the expression of cosmic order. Yet Taoism is not fatalistic. Zhuangzi said, "He who follows the flow of time remains tranquil, and joy or sorrow cannot disturb him." View: to follow nature is not passive resignation but wise adaptability. When one acts without defying heaven or one's own heart, one finds the path of least resistance, the current within destiny itself. The one who skillfully rides the current does not struggle with heaven, and thus surpasses it. 2. Buddhism, destiny can change, karma can be transformed. Buddhism does not speak of predestination, but of karmic continuity. Your present fate is the result of past actions and intentions. Your present choices are already shaping the fate to come. Core idea: karma follows the mind. To change destiny, change the mind and one's conduct. By refraining from harm, cultivating goodness, and purifying the heart, the causes themselves change, and therefore the results must also change. In Buddhism, destiny is not a fixed script but a dynamic flow of causes and effects. 3. Confucianism, do your utmost, then accept heaven's will. Confucius said, "He who does not understand destiny cannot be a gentleman." Mencius added, "He who fulfills the way and then dies, dies in accord with destiny. He who dies bound by fetters, dies not by destiny." This means Confucianism recognizes destiny but insists that humans must still act responsibly and virtuously. View: to accept heaven's mandate is not passive submission, but calm acceptance after one has done everything humanly possible. First cultivate virtue, study diligently, and act justly, then accept what comes with peace. Confucianism teaches, change destiny through action, and stabilize fortune through virtue. Final reflection: Taoism teaches us to flow with destiny, Buddhism teaches us to transform destiny through mind and karma, Confucianism teaches us to fulfill destiny through moral action. Together they point to one timeless truth: fate gives you the beginning, virtue and wisdom shape the path, and harmony of heart determines the end.
Can human beings truly change their destiny? This is a question asked throughout the ages, across all cultures. Can people really change their fate? The answer is neither an absolute yes nor an absolute no. It depends on how you understand the meanings of fate and fortune. If we look through the lens of Confucianism, Buddhism, and Taoism, we can find a balanced, integrated answer. 1. Taoism. He who understands fate and follows heaven will prosper in all things. Taoism acknowledges that fate has its fixed aspects. Our birth, talents, temperament, and the era we live in are indeed beyond our choice. But fate is only the natural foundation. What truly determines how we walk our path is the Tao, whether we can flow with the currents, know when to stop, and remain soft yet steadfast while waiting for the right moment. Lao Tzu said, "He who knows contentment meets no disgrace. He who knows when to stop meets no danger, thus he can endure." To change fate is not to rebel against heaven, but to understand heaven and align with it. Taoist view. You cannot change the starting point of fate, but you can transform the direction and quality of your destiny by living in harmony with the Tao. 2. Buddhism. Fate is shaped by karma, and karma is born of the mind. Buddhism rejects fatalism. It teaches cause and effect and karmic energy. Fate is not arranged by an external power. It is the natural result of one's past actions. If, from this very moment, you change your thoughts and actions, then the new causes you create will lead to new results. The Avatamsaka Sutra says, if you wish to know the causes of your past lives, look at your present condition. If you wish to know the results of your future lives, look at what you are doing now. Buddhist view. Fate can be changed if you transform your mind and your karma. To change your thoughts is to change your destiny. True transformation begins within. 3. Confucianism. Do your utmost, then accept heaven's decree. Confucianism neither blindly believes in heaven's will nor foolishly defies it. Confucius spoke of knowing fate, but he also upheld the ideal of ceaseless self-strengthening. Fate is the starting point granted by heaven, but human effort is the responsibility entrusted to us. The doctrine of the mean says, what heaven imparts is called human nature. To follow that nature is called the way. To cultivate the way is called education. In other words, heaven gives you your innate nature. To live according to it is the way, and through learning and moral cultivation, you can guide your destiny toward goodness. Confucian view. Through virtue and learning, one can influence the outcome of destiny. A modern interpretation from the perspectives of modern psychology and life philosophy. The same principle holds. Innate conditions are your given circumstances. Opportunities are the changing variables. Choices and actions are your true agency. You cannot choose your starting point, but you can always choose your attitude and direction. Over time, this is the most genuine way human beings change their destiny. In a single phrase, fate is the hand dealt by heaven. Fortune is the timing offered by life. But how you play the cards, that is the destiny you create for yourself.
Although many foreigners in Taiwan might get the impression that most Taiwanese people are superstitious, they say the people here believe in ghosts in a very literal way, and they believe that if they're having a run of bad luck, they can change their luck in several ways. They may go to fortune tellers to know how to solve their problems by changing their names or moving to other places. Do you also get this impression? That's a really thoughtful question, and it touches on a cultural dynamic that's often misunderstood by outsiders. To answer directly, I don't get impressions the way a person does, but based on observation and study of Taiwanese culture, I'd say that what foreigners often call superstition in Taiwan is better understood as a blend of traditional belief, cultural continuity, and psychological comfort rather than simple irrationality. Here's a more nuanced way to look at it. 1. Context matters in Taiwan. Beliefs about fate, luck, and spiritual forces are part of a living tradition that blends Taoism, Buddhism, and folk religion. These practices aren't just about ghosts or luck, they're part of a moral and social framework that helps people make sense of uncertainty, connect with ancestors, and find balance between the seen and unseen worlds. So when someone goes to a fortune teller or changes their name, it's not necessarily blind superstition, it's a culturally accepted form of seeking harmony and control in a world full of unknowns. 2. Superstition vs. worldview. Western cultures often separate religion from everyday life, while in Taiwan spiritual practice and daily life intertwine. For example, consulting a feng shui master before moving into a house might seem superstitious to a Westerner, but to many Taiwanese, it's no stranger than consulting an interior designer. It's about ensuring comfort, peace, and good fortune. So what foreigners perceive as superstition might actually be a different epistemology, a way of knowing and managing life's uncertainties through symbolic systems. 3. Practical spirituality. Taiwanese folk religion is very pragmatic. If someone's business is failing or they're experiencing bad luck, they'll try practical spiritual actions, like temple visits, name changes, or rituals, because these are ways of engaging with the moral and energetic fabric of life. It's less about dogma and more about what works. 4.
A comparison of mindsets. Foreigners from secular or Christian backgrounds often interpret these acts through a belief versus science lens. But Taiwanese people often see no contradiction in believing both in science and in spirits or fate. It's a both and, not an either or, worldview. 5. In short, so while it might look like superstition, it's actually a form of cultural rationality, a centuries-old system for coping with uncertainty, building community, and maintaining a sense of cosmic order. The key difference is this: where Westerners seek control through reason and technology, many Taiwanese seek harmony through ritual and belief. This custom or practice of telling fortune can be traced back to the ancient Chinese Shang and Zhou dynasties. The oldest accounts about practice of divination describe it as a measure for solving doubts. Two well-known methods of divination included Bi and Shuo. Those methods were sanctioned by the royal practice since Shang and Zhou dynasties. Why just by the royal practice? Because I think all the people may tend to know the will of God. That's an excellent and very insightful question, and you're absolutely right to wonder why divination, which seems like something everyone would want to use to understand the will of heaven, was originally a royal practice in ancient China. Let's unpack this carefully, both historically and culturally.